Welcome to the CompTIA A+ Prepcast presented by baremetalcyber.com. Domain 2 of the A+ Core 2 exam is dedicated to security. This section focuses on identifying, implementing, and supporting protections across physical, logical, wireless, and user-level layers. Security is one of the most emphasized topics on the exam, accounting for 25% of the total content. That means 1 out of every 4 questions will involve a security-related issue, definition, or troubleshooting scenario. To succeed on the exam and in the field, technicians must understand how to prevent unauthorized access, respond to incidents, and secure systems using multiple layers of control. The security domain is divided into 4 major categories. The first category is physical security, which focuses on protecting systems and components from physical access or tampering. The second is logical security, which includes digital protections like passwords, permissions, and firewalls. The third covers threats and vulnerabilities, such as malware, social engineering, and network attacks. The fourth includes best practices and preventative tools, like device hardening, software updates, and training. These categories are interconnected, and a technician must understand how each one contributes to overall security posture. Layered security, also known as defense in depth, is a key concept. No single control can prevent every possible attack. Even a strong password may be bypassed if a user clicks a phishing link, and antivirus software can miss new malware if updates are out of date. By combining multiple controls, organizations can reduce the chance that any single failure will lead to compromise. This principle applies at every level. Physical barriers, network defenses, application policies, and user training all play a role in layered defense. Physical security controls are often overlooked, but they are just as important as software-based defenses. Devices must be protected from theft, tampering, and unauthorized use. Physical controls include door locks, surveillance cameras, identification badges, and security guards. Smaller-scale controls include locking workstation cases, securing laptops with cables, and storing backups in locked cabinets. Secure disposal also falls under physical security, ensuring that old hardware or printed materials do not leak sensitive data. Logical security controls address digital access. These include password policies, file and folder permissions, encryption settings, and user authentication methods. Logical controls may be enforced locally or centrally through domain group policies. Firewalls and antivirus software are also part of logical security, as they restrict data flow and monitor for malicious behavior. When set up correctly, logical controls reduce the risk of unauthorized access, data leaks, and system misuse. User awareness is one of the most important components of a security strategy. No firewall or antivirus can fully protect a system if the user unknowingly invites a threat. User training programs teach employees how to recognize phishing attempts, suspicious links, and scam emails. They also explain how to report incidents and why strong passwords matter. Well-informed users are a company's first line of defense and reduce the effectiveness of social engineering attacks. Malware is a broad term that includes different types of malicious software. Viruses spread by attaching themselves to other programs. Worms replicate across networks. Trojans appear to be useful software but contain hidden payloads. Ransomware encrypts a user's data and demands payment. Common symptoms include system slowdowns, unexpected pop-up messages, and missing or corrupted files. Understanding how to identify, isolate, and remove malware is a core task for technicians. Antivirus and anti-malware software use a combination of signature detection and heuristic scanning. Signature-based detection compares files to a database of known threats. Heuristic scanning looks for suspicious patterns or behaviors, even if the file is unknown. These tools can run in real time, scanning files as they are accessed, and can also perform scheduled full system scans. Regular updates are critical. If the definitions are outdated, the system is vulnerable to new threats. Firewalls are designed to control incoming and outgoing network traffic based on a set of rules. A firewall may block specific ports, restrict certain IP addresses, or allow only approved applications to communicate. In Windows systems, the built-in firewall is called Windows Defender Firewall. It is enabled by default and can be configured through Control Panel or Group Policy. In enterprise environments, hardware firewalls are used to control traffic at the network perimeter. Understanding how firewalls operate is critical for both workstation and network security. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Secure authentication methods are essential for verifying that users are who they claim to be. These methods include strong passwords, personal identification numbers, smart cards, and biometric data such as fingerprints or facial recognition. Two-factor authentication adds a second layer, such as a code sent by text or generated by an app. Multi-factor authentication extends this concept by combining two or more categories, such as something you know, something you have, and something you are. Using more than one method drastically reduces the risk of unauthorized access due to stolen credentials. Access control ensures that users only have access to what they need. Role-based access control assigns permissions based on job responsibilities, so a sales representative cannot access payroll data. The principle of least privilege limits access to only the specific functions or files required for a role. Some systems also support time-based access control, where users can only log in or run applications during set hours. These practices reduce the chance of accidental misuse or insider threats, and are often implemented through group policies or centralized identity platforms. Encryption protects data by converting it into a format that can only be read with the proper key. Disk-level encryption tools, such as BitLocker in Windows, encrypt the entire drive, making the data unreadable if the device is stolen. Communication encryption, like HTTPS and virtual private networks, protects data as it travels across networks. Encryption is essential in environments that handle sensitive data, such as healthcare, finance, or legal fields. Without encryption, physical security and login restrictions may not be enough to protect critical files. Social engineering attacks trick users into revealing information or performing actions that bypass technical controls. Phishing is the most common example, often arriving as an email that looks legitimate but contains a fake link or attachment. Pretexting involves pretending to be someone else to gain trust. Baiting might involve leaving a malicious flash drive in a public place, hoping someone plugs it in. Tailgating is a physical tactic where an attacker follows an employee into a secure area. Training users to detect and avoid these tactics is often more effective than technical tools alone. Wireless security is vital in both home and business networks. Secure standards include WPA2 and WPA3, which use strong encryption protocols like AES. Older standards like WEP are considered insecure and should not be used. Open networks with no password present a major security risk, allowing anyone nearby to access the connection. Weak controls such as MAC address filtering or hiding the SSID may deter casual users but do not provide real protection. A well-configured wireless network uses modern encryption and strong passwords. Device hardening means reducing the attack surface of a system by disabling unused features and applying best practices. This includes turning off unused ports, disabling unnecessary services, and removing software that is not needed. Firmware should be updated, and security patches must be applied to address known vulnerabilities. Disabling automatic login, enforcing lock screens, and enabling disk encryption are all part of hardening. These steps are especially important for laptops, public terminals, and systems in exposed environments. Patch management ensures that operating systems, drivers, applications, and firmware are updated regularly to fix security flaws. In business environments, Updates may be scheduled or deployed automatically using centralized tools like WSUS or Endpoint Manager. Home systems often rely on Windows Update or app-specific updaters. Delaying patches leaves systems vulnerable to known exploits, especially in the weeks after a vulnerability is disclosed. Effective patch management is a core part of system reliability and security. When equipment reaches the end of its life, secure disposal becomes essential. Hard drives must be wiped using certified tools or physically destroyed. Printed documents must be shredded, and flash media should be physically damaged to prevent data recovery. Simply deleting files is not enough, as data can often be recovered. Many companies maintain a disposal policy that includes documentation, verification, and chain of custody for decommissioned equipment. Technicians may be required to record serial numbers and confirm that devices are sanitized before leaving company control. Here is a real-world scenario. A technician receives notice that a company laptop has been stolen from a vehicle. Because the drive was encrypted with BitLocker and the system required multi-factor authentication to access corporate resources, no sensitive data was compromised. The laptop also had location tracking enabled, helping law enforcement attempt recovery. Thanks to security policies and tools, the theft had minimal impact. This type of layered defense demonstrates how policies, user behavior, and technology work together to reduce risk. To summarize, Domain 2 of the Core 2 exam covers the broad spectrum of security. It includes both physical protections, such as locking devices and destroying media, and digital defenses like encryption, firewalls, and patching. User education, layered security models, and attack prevention strategies all play a role. This domain is one of the most frequently tested areas of the exam, and mastering it will improve both your test performance and your ability to protect systems in the real world. Thank you for listening. Please visit baremetalcyber.com for more cybersecurity information, podcasts, books, and more.